Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Naturally Nitty, aka Jessica, and this is episode 154.
And I'm Alina, aka Starnet. Today is August 17th. This is our weekly podcast. If you are a first-time watcher, thanks for watching. If you are a returning watcher, thank you for coming back.
Yep. So grab your knitting or spinning and craft along with us. So we kind of skipped a week or two. But yeah, because it's a break month and that happens. But sorting is up, so go sort yourself if you want to be in the house cup.
Yeah.
Moving on. Mojo.
I know.
I have Mojo. Look it.
Oh, that's cool.
I finished my Fun Dip meets Undipped shawl. I used the basket weave lace shawl. Let me see. Yeah, basket weave lace shawl on Ravelry. Super simple, and I'm totally taking it off because it's hot out. But like, I love how it turned out.
That looks great.
And it was really simple, like, you know, just a basket weave with a little bit of lace in between. But it was fun. And I used like every single, well, I had about this much left yarn. Like not even a yard. So I think I just went, I didn't even, well, I followed the pattern, but it said to do so many repeats, so I think I did a few extra because I wanted to use it all. But yeah. So that was 4 ounces and like 500 yards about.
Cool. That's really big.
I know. I'm excited. I like it. But it's hot out, so I'm not wearing it. I just did it for the podcast. So you're lucky.
Where did you get that shirt? Because it's cracking me up.
I think not T Fury. Maybe it was T Fury. I don't know. One of the t-shirt places.
Okay. If you could take your shirt off, you could check on the text. But this is a PG rated show,
but isn't it funny? This is Guacward. I just like the faces. He's like upside down. It's great.
Okay. Works in progress. You got anything?
I do. I'll go right away. I am working on the Yuki. I don't know how you would pronounce that. E-U-K-I.
Yuki?
Yuki shawl. I think was Sweden for like, I forget. There's an explanation on the pattern. Either way, I'm using my Marigold Jen yarn that I got from the Zombie Knit Apocalypse. That's the one thing I bought.
Yeah.
And I'm almost done, actually. Just a shawl. It's got some garter stitch going on, intertwined with some stockinette. Cool. And then at the bottom, there's some lace. Simple, like, just knit two together yarn overs. I think
like that kind at the bottom really makes a shawl stand out.
Look fancy, but it's not even. I mean, it's easy, you know. Like,
it's a simple pattern, but it looks just like super hard.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. So I have another couple rows to do, I think, and then I'll probably save the bind off for the first day of term to hand it in for detention.
Sure.
I'm thinking. But yeah, I like it. I like the colors. I like the way it's knit up. I think it'll be a fun scarf. Shawl. Whatever. That is all I'm working on.
Okay. So I am currently working on, like, I got so focused on my Reducio swap, like all the little extras, which I'll talk about in the randomness, that I forgot that you actually have to knit a mini sock.
Oops.
And another thing. So I'm knitting a mini sock right now. Like, you can tell my person's in Gryffindor.
Very cool.
Now, the socks for that don't have to be in the house colors, but it's just easier to do it that way. So, and I think I'm running out of my red that I used, and I don't have any extra, so I'm going to have to transition into yellow. So what I'm going to do, instead of making, like, a house stripe, I'm just going to, like, knit the red into the yellow. So cool. I am also working on, I moved, so I'm not, like, super ready. Like, I got all my stuff ready, like I was going to sit on the other one, but there was too much of a glare, so. I've also been taking around these socks and knitting on them while I'm waiting. I have about an inch more to go before I start the cuff, and then they'll be done.
Sweet.
These are my failed newt. The colorway is A Wizard Is Never Late, but look at how it's pooling. It looks like it's going, like, each of the yarn is, like...
Across the socks? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It really is.
But yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I've been working on that. I also pulled out, because I was sitting there, and I'm like, it's the break month. I'm not doing anything. I need something to knit. And I was like, also, I would like to finish at least one newt sometime.
You did.
I did finish one, but I would like to finish another one, because I've attempted like 5 or 6. So I pulled out my failed newt of my sock yarn blanket, and it's also Sock Blanket Madness week right now on Instagram. Like, I joined, like, a knit along. And I started knitting on it. And when I was knitting, first I was knitting, and I started mine at the bottom, and I knit up. So I was knitting, and then I come and I see this gray square hanging out on the edge. And I'm like, what the heck? I had, like, knit an extra square on the edge, so I had to add 3 more to the width. So I tagged each of my sock blankets that I knit since the last time we podcast. So I did those 3, and then I did all of these up here.
Awesome.
And then I have more. It's going to be a king-size blanket to fit on our bed. So I have a ton.
That's kind of crazy.
And then, see, I, like, marked them all. I'm going to go take the stitch markers out. Now, I just finished this one, and I did this one, and I started this one. Oh, crap. I totally ripped out the stitches. So I'll be restarting that one. But these ones I did just since Saturday, which was the beginning of the Sock Blanket Madness. So I'm going to tag these ones so I know how many I knit this week.
That's cool.
It's like potato chip knitting. I'm really enjoying it. So
hashtag.
Yeah.
Potato
which I totally made a potato chip knitting hashtag, which I got from the Knit Girls podcast, because they talk about it instead of mindless knitting. It's like potato chip knitting.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that's what I've been working on when I actually have time to knit, which I have in the past couple of days had a lot of time for that. So.
Cool.
Which we'll talk about in random randomness. So, spinning?
I'm spinning right now.
Really?
See? On my little mini turtle maid. I'm doing, what is this? Zombie Princess colorway. So it's got fun bits and stuff. I'm echoing.
I'm not loud.
It's not you, it's me. Anyways, yeah. Fun stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I picked up all those stitches so I don't have to redo them.
That's awesome. Yeah, let me show you some legs.
I am actually also spinning on something.
Shut up.
Oh, do you want to show that?
I was going to, but they're, like, attacking each other. I have them not in a bag, so they're kind of getting fuzzy.
They are zombie princesses, and they do like
they're seriously, look at, they were, like, eating each other.
They don't eat each other, but, you know.
They were. Zombie princesses battling it out. Yeah, that's all I'm working on.
Okay. So I finished, did I show this last time, my Hobbledehoy and Shadow and Fiber Arts mashup?
I can't remember. I know you were working on it.
I finished it.
I don't remember if you showed it or not.
So here's the mashup.
It's beautimous.
And it's like it was the Shadow Fiber Arts was, the colorway was the Chamber of Secrets, so it was like grays and greens and stuff. And then the Hobbledehoy was Haunted, and I had enough of that left over that I did a 3-ply.
Ooh.
And so these are the colors of the Hobbledehoy. And it was just like a little bit. I wrote it on here. 50 yards. And then the other one I got 469 yards of the 2-ply. So I think it might be a nice shawl because it's a merino tencel, so it's like shiny and lighter weight. So it's nice. And I didn't write down the wet wraps print, but I don't know. I took pictures of it. So I think it was like 11 or 12. Sweet. Both of them, actually, like the 3-ply and the 2-ply, which is interesting.
It is.
I think one was 11 and one was 12 or something like that. So, yeah. So I finished that, and then I was like, I need to do more. Because why? I don't know. I wasn't getting points for it, but I started it anyway.
It happens. So
I pulled out some fiber that I had, and I don't know where the tags are. So this purple one is Half-Blood Print from Geek Chic Yarns. And then this one was, I got it in a club from Monkey something or other. I don't remember. I can look it up, but I don't remember it. So I separated it to do a full-on 3-ply. So I measured it all, and then I said, what's a third of that? So whatever that is, I did math. I took out in the 2 solid forms, and then I did mini, like long ways, so it's like a fractal mashup. And then I'm going to do like a true 3-ply. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I have it fun. I'm just spinning it on my wheel right now.
Sweet.
I'm not right now doing it, but because I'm knitting. But I mean, it's on my wheel. So yeah, but that's all the spinning I'm doing.
I know. I couldn't not do something, and it almost made me want to propose a newt, but I told myself I wasn't going to. And now it's already too late that I'm just not going to. But I was really close to like figuring things out and putting a newt together. But I was like, no, I think I can take a term off. I think I found that I did 6 newts in a row. So that was like 2 years, without having a break month.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's time. I cannot do it and not feel guilty. So yeah, it's kind of liberating knitting or spinning for no points.
I kind of am not finishing. If that makes sense. Like, I'm like, well, if I finish this, I'm not going to get any points. What's the point? The only advantage is with this mini sock, I don't have to knit 2. I can just knit 1.
That's true.
So that's like the only thing.
Yeah, I won't finish this. This will be a detention, maybe even in a couple months, this spinning. But yeah, I'll save my shawl for detention. And then my Fun Dip one, I didn't get any points whatsoever.
Yeah, you cranked that out pretty fast.
It went fast. Though I've had a lot of knitting time or spinning time because of like swim lessons, and it just being summer and having to be places with the kids. That's why those socks are getting everywhere. Right. I was saying this to someone on Ravelry where I shared the Fun Dip thing. You know how you always get people who say, oh, I don't have time for that, or I don't know how you have time to do all that, or blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
You're like, I don't know how I got these needles stuck in your eye. But yeah.
It annoys me because I'm like, like it's not like like
you're sitting here on your phone.
Exactly.
Or looking bored.
I spun pretty much all that yarn of the Fun Dip Rolex, like, at swim lessons when everyone else was sitting there, like, looking on their phone and stuff. So, you know, I just use my time differently.
Yeah. I think it's all about choices.
So,
sewing. Are you sewing anything?
nope.
I finished all the grays, and I would show you a picture, but my phone is charging, so no.
I saw them, and I kind of want some.
Let me know, because I can take pictures. I have to do a mini update. I have some special orders that I have to take pictures of. Because I do that. I do special orders. Anyways, so I started on black, which is like the sheep, the red and white and black sheep, and then the black and gray and pink sheep.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing a few more special orders. So, you know, and with Dad here last week, it was a little off my schedule. But I have a show coming up on the 28th and the 29th, or the 29th and the 30th. So I need to get my act back together. But again, it's back to school time, so I had to do dentist appointments and the checkup appointments. So today I've been running around because I took Bella in for her checkup, and I had to take Madison, because when you're going into 11th grade, yes, I said 11th grade.
That's crazy.
It's horrible. Anyways, when you're going into 11th grade, you have to have, like, your health checkup.
Is she really that old?
Yes.
I remember being in 11th grade.
Yeah.
That was not good.
Me too. Anyway, so 11th grade, you have to have, like, a medical thing, but I called to make her appointment, and they're like, your insurance only covers one well checkup a year, and she had it on this date. And I was like, oh, well, can I get this form filled out anyways? Because they said the checkup had to be from this point. It was after this point last year, like September last year. It had to be after September. And I was like, I don't care. And they're like, yeah, but you can't, if you bring it in, it'll cost $5. But if you have someone with an appointment and you bring it in, it doesn't cost you anything. So I was like, okay.
Lame.
And I was like, can I make an appointment for my other daughter's well checkup? And they're like, oh, yeah, she hasn't been seen since 2013. I was like, oh, I'm a great mom. So, I mean, but it just kind of shows, like, how they're not, my kids, they're not sick. You know what I mean? Like, we don't go in all the time.
I don't take mine in all that much either.
So, I mean, like, I don't see why that's such a problem. But anyway, so we went for that this morning, and while we were there, Madison walked to the library because it's down the street from the library, and then we went and met Madison at the library. So, of course, Bella had to get some books. So then we got home, and I was like, it was like lunchtime by the time we got home. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Time flies.
Anyways, that was my whole long story about sewing, and we're now on...
Which was not sewing, but...
We're now on cardio challenge. Anything? No. But you can sign up for it. You just have to ante up. We're continuing on.
I've been so horrible. I really want to... I want to start my yoga again, and I failed my last week's goal. I've been drinking, actually the last couple days, I've been sucking at water, because I haven't been doing my Fab Dory little picture thing that I've been doing and that I like.
Oh,
so I need to get back on that.
With water, not
But I need to start working out. Yeah, I just need to do it. I need to set an alarm and get up early and do it, because otherwise, like, once I get going, I don't want to do anything.
But I really hate the summer.
It's been so hot and muggy. Oh my goodness. Yesterday, we went outside and I played baseball. I ran around a little bit. But even I was pitching, and I was getting hot and sweaty just from, like, standing and throwing a ball. That's how gross it is outside.
Yeah, it just got hot this week, so we've had to, like, turn on the air conditioning. The week before, it was nice and cool, so we had, like, the windows open, and that's all we needed.
We've been muggy a lot, just for a couple weeks now. We've had a couple cooler days, but, like, or not even cooler, not muggy days. Like, it's just been hot and muggy and gross.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
back to it this next week on cardio knitting. Cardio challenge.
Yeah.
You can sign up for it. You just have to ante up, and then you get to grab a picture. Not a picture. You get to grab a prize that's up for grabs. Which today's Monday, so I need to go do the check-in thread.
Yep.
So yeah, and you just have to check in once a week, and we're not really strict. And even though we say a prize is up for grabs, no one really grabs them. Like, I was hoping for more, like, cutthroatness, but it didn't happen.
We're all too nice.
Because then it would make it like, oh, I have to get my goals because if someone wants this, So,
right.
like, maybe if I reach my goals one week, I'll grab one. Switch it up.
You should start a crazy habit.
Okay. Cardio challenge is a go for next week. It's a bust for this week, but this coming week, go. Okay. Binging. Have you been binging on anything?
Yes. We've been gone, like, we haven't podcasted for 2 weeks. So, I listened to Howl's Moving Castle, which was good. I think the time I listened to it before, it must have been abridged because there's a lot I don't remember from the book, from listening to it.
And it's way different than the movie.
It is. And I knew that. But anyways, so I listened to that and that was good. And then I wanted to watch it, but I couldn't find it. Like, I searched all of the kids' DVDs. And I don't know.
I wonder what happened to it.
I don't know. So if I ever do find it, I'm going to steal it and put it down with my movies because...
Did someone borrow it?
I don't think so.
If you pull my computer down because you're laying on the thing, I'm going to kill you, cat.
Watch out.
Emma Jeffrey is annoying.
Okay, so then I listened to The Coldest Girl in Cold Town.
That's a good book.
Which was fun. And a cool concept, I think. With the cold towns and all.
I like Holly Black and how she writes.
What other books has she done?
The books I'm going to talk about in a minute.
Ooh. Okay.
But she also wrote, I think she wrote the Spiderwick Chronicles.
Really?
I think so. She wrote something like that.
Then we went and saw Jurassic World. We took the boys. But before that movie, there was a preview for the Scorch Trials, which is the second movie from Maze Runner, which I listened to Maze Runner maybe a year ago, and I just never read the next books. So I started listening to, because it comes out, I think, in September to the theater.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then I listened to Scorch Trials, which is number 2, and then The Death Cure, which is number 3. And then I'm on The Kill Order, which is a prequel to The Maze Runner. I'm almost done with that, I think.
So I read The Maze Runner a long time ago, and I never finished it. So then I restarted and I did the prequel. No, I finished it, but I didn't do the rest of the series.
Okay.
And then I started with the prequel and then read The Maze Runner again. And then I'm like halfway through the Scorch Trials and I just kind of like burned out on it.
Because of the Scorch Trials? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So that's where I am on that.
That's kind of funny because I started with the Scorch Trials and now I'm like, but I kind of want to listen to The Maze Runner again because it's been a while. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I also kind of want to listen to The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings because I watched those a while ago. But I need to get through these ones first. Okay, so then for TV shows, binging, I've been talking about this for a while, that I have a ton of stuff on the DVR that I need to get through before it becomes September and October because that's when shows start up again, right? So I watched... I finished up iZombie, which I adore that show. I don't
have that show. What channel is that on?
The CW. So you can watch it.
I could go and watch it on demand.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I think I could go to their website and type it in. Because
they're not on demand. At least not through Charter.
I have DirecTV. I'll have to look.
I really like that show. It's funny and like, you know, not too, I don't know. It's not like complicated, but it's just a funny show. I enjoy it. Then I watched through Rain, which kind of really annoys me, and I don't know if I want to watch the next season if it comes out.
I never started it because it annoys. The photos annoy.
The photos?
Yeah, I just don't like that genre, so I never watched it.
Oh, I liked it. But then where it was going...
Well, I mean, you and Dawn always talk about it, and I'm like, eh.
Yeah, no, I like that. But, like, just the whole drama between characters and stuff, it annoyed me. Okay, so then I moved on to Arrow, and I finished up a bunch of those, which is awesome. I like the Arrow. And then I went and watched The Flash, because I had not finished up that season either. So the only thing I have left is Once Upon a Time. I think I have like 4 episodes of that I need to watch. But like all my shows that I've had recorded are caught up.
Cool.
Yay.
I have not had a ton of time to watch, but I did read a lot, so I will start with reading.
Okay.
So I am still waiting on the 4th book. Like, I've been on the wait list for months now, and I'm still waiting for it, which is fine. I don't mind. But because my tablet was gone, and now it's back, so it's fine. But I did finish reading Deadly Heat, which was the 5th Nikki Heat book.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if I'm going to move on to 6 because that was like the end of that story arc. And so they'll be starting a new story arc, and I'm not sure if I want to continue on with it. If that makes sense or not. So I did finish reading Raven's Shadow, which I think last time we talked I was in the middle of it. I did really end up liking that book. I have to read the second one in that series. But I moved on because I got White Cat by Holly Black, which was really good, and I read that, and I'm in the middle of Red Glove, which is the second one, and that is awesome. So it's about, like, these people, like, it's, like, set in, like, modern times, because they have, like, cell phones and stuff, but it's about the people, like, they have, like, magic, but it's through their hands, and they call it curse work. So, it's about this boy. Now, this is like breaking my no teenage angst book, but it's like from a boy's point of view, and it's Holly Black.
So it's less drama?
Not as much drama, more like weird. So, like, because Holly Black writes weird, good, and, so it's told from this boy's point of view, and he, like, is, like, having dreams, but he's not a curse worker. Like, he's born, like, kind of like a squib, born into a family of curse work. Okay. And he's, like, always looked down upon and blah, blah, blah. So, that's the first one. And then the second one, it just, like, picks up after that. So it's kind of cool. I'm not going to tell you the ending of it at all.
Yeah, don't.
So, really good. White Cat, Red Glove. And I think the last one in the series is Black Heart. Oh, but Holly Black also wrote The Doll Bones, which is a book I listened to, and it's like a young juvenile fiction book, and it was pretty good, but creepy, but good.
My children keep walking in, and I'm getting kind of annoyed. Go outside!
I closed the door and told the girls they weren't allowed in.
I should have locked it.
So that's what I'm currently reading is Red Glove.
Cool.
So, watching, however, I finished watching Witches of East End, which was really good. And I thought that Doctor Who Season 9 would be starting on August 19th. So, on August 8th, Netflix got Season 8.
Okay.
And then we binge watched it in like 3 days because when Dad was here, I didn't know if he liked Doctor Who, so we didn't watch it very much, and we were doing stuff.
Yeah.
So, Saturday and Sunday, we watched, like, all day. It was hot out, so we, like, turned the air conditioner on anyways. And, we watched, all of Season 8.
That's awesome.
in, like, 3 days. So we're like caught up, and then we were looking to see like when it started, and I like looked it up. I'm like, oh, it's September 19th.
So you have like a whole month.
And Andy was like, oh, thanks, because I've been dreaming about Doctor Who now. Like, it was funny. So yeah, but so then I need to finish watching the second season of Bitten, and I also picked up for some light watching. I'm on like season 7 of not season 7, episode 7 of Buffy, because I thought I would rewatch that.
That's fun.
So it was funny, and it's funny watching that because like David Boreanaz is so young in that. Because I watch Bones too, and he's like way not young. It's so funny because I just laugh so hard at that. So yeah,
it's a good.
That's
show.
what I've been binging on.
Okay, moving on. Random.
Yeah. Randomness.
So we went to a pool, a Plymouth pool. It has like, it's outside and you have to pay to get in, and there's water slides and stuff. And like kind of like, you know, sprinkler splash paddy things in the shallow end. We decided to go one day, so we did. I totally forgot to wear sunscreen, and we were there for maybe like 4 hours, and I was sunburned so bad it was not even funny. Like, I couldn't even wear my bra straps up. I had to like tuck them down because it hurt so bad.
I know. I saw that picture and I was like, holy cow.
That was like the first day. It got worse.
Oh yeah.
I would share pictures, but you guys don't need to see like that. Or me like that. But, it was bad. So yesterday I finally was able to wear a t-shirt. And now it's itchy and peeling.
Do you have any of that, like, after sun stuff?
Yeah, I put a ton of different stuff on, but I burn and peel. That's just my skin. No matter what I do. So yeah, but at least it feels better now. Yeah, I always do it at least once a year where I totally forget sunscreen, because usually I'm like a sunscreen Nazi and I put it on all the time and make the kids put it on, and yeah, no, I totally forgot and felt dumb about it. So yeah.
Lavender is supposed to help with them.
I did. I used actually Shalamith's healing or herbal salve, the healing salve that she makes. I used that a lot, and then I just put on straight lavender oil on it, and that seemed to help it heal up somewhat quickly.
So, speaking of lavender, the soap I made, I used it this month.
I thought you weren't allowed to use it till the 22nd.
I didn't listen. Because it looks ready, so I was like, let's see if it works. And
Did it change in looks?
They got smaller.
Really?
And they're harder. They're not as soft.
Weird.
Because it was like super, like, easy to cut and everything, and then it got harder. So.
Okay.
But yeah, you can use it now if you want.
Okay, that's cool. So is it like hand soap or body soap or what?
I used it for my whole body. It's like, it's going to be exfoliating because I put like lavender pieces and lemon rinds in it.
Yeah, it smells really good. I'm excited to use it.
So, yeah. Did I tell you last time that Madison was reading the Twilight book?
Yeah.
Well, she finished them all.
Cool.
And she was like...
Is she obsessed?
When she was reading Breaking Dawn, like, she would not, like, do anything. She was like, no, I'm right here. And I'm like, put your book down. It's time for dinner. But I'm at a good part. I'm like, don't worry. They live happily ever after. Let's go. You know, like, it was just kind of funny seeing her read it. So.
That is amusing.
My life is really boring, so I'm going to talk about some boring stuff. I upgraded to Windows 10. I did. And it doesn't look very much different from Windows before. There's just a few little things different. That's it.
Cool.
Also, I am not a new examiner this term. I'm not on staff anywhere, and it feels kind of weird, but it also feels kind of freeing. Not that it was not free to, I loved being on staff,
Right.
but I looked at my calendar and I realized I really didn't have as much time as I thought I would to put towards being on staff. So I just said, I'm not going to do it this term. And if I continue to be this busy, I really shouldn't be on staff. But I think I might try being on Slytherin staff sometimes.
I also am not a new examiner. We've been one for like years, right? Like, I don't even know how many terms.
I don't know.
It's just been, like, I loved it. It was like a hard decision, but I also didn't want to do a newt this term, so I think it helps not being in the thread, like reading all the proposals.
That's true.
So yeah, so that's been good. I applied to be on Slytherin staff.
I got as far as like filling it out halfway, and then I started asking like what you could do for Slytherin, and it was like short essays, and I like had flashbacks to high school, and I was like, I can't do this.
Well, I was very vague, and I was like, I
was just like,
I said I'm
out.
taking off of being a new examiner, but I still kind of want to be part of something.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can do things. I'm not great with computers. You can put me where you want me. Like, I was basically very vague. But they put me on advanced studies.
Oh, okay.
The study hall. So now I'm like, oh no, I feel bad. I'm not doing a newt again. But no, I'll do an order mission for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I want to do an owl or not. And then I'm going to be on the quest.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Also,
I need to sign up for it.
Which is like the potions cabinet now. Which is what the quest is.
Oh, cool.
But
well, I am not doing an owl because I don't do things twice.
Right, well.
Like, if I fail something, I'll do it twice, but if I pass it, I was like, eh.
Well, that's why I was like, I don't know if I might just do an order mission, and then if I want to do a sweater, maybe, like, I'll just do a sweater in a month and do one class. You know what I mean? Like, that will be what I do.
Yeah. And that, if you can finish it, and I'm not a fast knitter at all. So.
I don't know. I'll have to see. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pressure myself to do a lot of things.
Yeah, and that was the main reason why I didn't do anything, because I just was like, I'm feeling stressed enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time, and I'm like freaking out. Like, I can't do this. This is not good. Yeah. Like, I just need to like take a break and not do a newt or anything, because, you know, by the end, when you're not gonna get to your finish, it's kind of like, what the heck? You know, like, you just kind of give up, and I don't like doing that. So,
yeah,
that's why I took this term off. But I am going to do an order mission. I have a shawl that I need to knit for our cousin. So, well, it's Mom's cousin.
Oh, okay.
But she's our cousin too, so.
Cool.
She, like, bought yarn and wants a shawl, so I'm going to knit it for her.
That's sweet.
But that's what I'm doing, so. But Dad visited, and that was fun, and I kept, like, apologizing, because I'm like, sorry we're so boring, because we don't do anything. Like, and there's not much to do around here.
Yeah.
And we like having Dad come, but when he comes, he wants to pay for everything, and we're like, no, you're not here to pay for everything, but he doesn't let us pay for anything. So we try not to do stuff at the same time as we try to do stuff, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah.
Because he wants to spend all the money, and I'm just like, oh. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. I really wish we lived closer. And here, let me tell you why. When he came, his family, like his brothers and sisters, live in Buffalo, New York. in that surrounding area. So we went to New York and stayed with his brother, and we just went an overnight trip, and it was so fun. Like, it was just like a little getaway. But then Tom and Carol had a get-together at Carol's sister's house. She had like a pool, and she had like this deck patio area, and her garage is like fixed for like, has tables in it like for entertaining and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was talking to her, and she's like, oh, the table she has, this is like the smartest thing, like, so the table she has are like on the side of the garage, like you come out from the house into the garage. So she's like, oh yeah, she's like, in the winter I just take the legs off, fold them in, and it folds up to the wall, and then I pull the car in. And she's like, and I push, it's like a 2-car garage, and I push the chairs and the tables to the other side of the, I was like, are you kidding me? That's so smart. So she like uses it for like an extra room for entertaining people in the summer.
Yeah.
And then in the winter, she parks her car in there.
That's awesome.
I thought it was awesome. And she had it painted like giraffe print, like gray and red giraffe.
That's awesome.
The floor. So it was pretty cool. But she had this in-ground pool. So the girls got to swim for like 20 minutes to a half an hour, and then it started raining.
Oh.
But they didn't mind, because then we had food, and we just kind of sat around and hung out. And it was like, and then I saw like how dad's sisters and brothers, like they hang out and get together, like, you know, they're like live by each other, so they like see each other more often, you know, and they help out with their kids or whatever, you know. So I was just like, I told Andy, I was like, I would really love to live closer to the family, because it would be nice to be like, hey, let's go get coffee, or let's go get lunch. Because, like, while we were there, Karen came over with Annette and Kaylee, because Susie was working.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just nice, because they were just like, oh, you guys are here, we'll come over. And then Tom and Carol made hot dogs on the grill. You know what I mean? So we just kind of, like, hung out. Well, Carol had to go to work, you know, so it was just Tom and all that stuff. And I was just like, it would be nice to live closer
to family. Yep.
To family. Like, your immediate family, like, you know, because we do, I mean, we kind of live close to Tom and Carol, and they actually told us we can come back, because we were going to tour some of Buffalo, and then they, because Andy has never been to New York, like, that was the first time he and the girls have ever been to the state.
Yeah.
And, so they were going to tour, but, Tom and Carol were getting DirecTV instead of cable, so, like, the guy was having problems hooking it up, so we ended up not going, and we just hung out. But I mean, that was still fine. So he told us we could come back and then go to Niagara Falls, because it's like right there, and you know, it's close for us. But I mean, it would still be really nice to live. I think it would be close to live near you guys.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, where was I going with that? Oh, so yeah, so it was fun having Dad visit. And, but like I said, I just wish we lived closer, because it would be nice for the girls to, you know, for them to be able to see you guys, but also Dad more. So.
Yeah, it would be.
Hopefully something will work out, but we'll see. So, while we were in New York, Aunt Donna, which is our grandmother's sister, so our grandmother is dead, but it's my dad's aunt. So she's our great aunt, but we just call her Aunt Donna. Mm-hmm. She says, I have some yarn in the car. And I was like, oh, great. Because whenever someone says that to you, it's usually like really bad acrylic. So I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, it's just too thin. Because I guess she crochets, but it was too thin for her. And I was like, okay. So I was thinking like baby yarn or something.
Yeah.
So the baby yarn tends to be. So she comes back with a bag of sock yarn.
That's awesome.
And I was all excited. Like, at first I was like, oh, okay. And then after seeing it, like, because, you know, like, when people are like, oh, I have yarn for you, you're kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
You know? And you start plotting like where you can give it, like what preschools you can give it to, stuff like that. But this I will not be giving away. So I got some stock yarn. This is like Red Heart and Soul, but it feels just like the Patent Troy. Mm-hmm. She has some of those here, which is good. But even though this is funny, like even though these are the same dye lot and everything, look how much darker this one is.
Weird.
Exact same numbers on the ball band. It's just really weird. But yeah, so there's like 4 blues, 2 more reds, and then there was like a single one in there that I just already threw in with my sock yarn blanket.
That's awesome.
I was excited because not ever do I get like cool.
Good yarn.
I mean, I get cool stuff, but you know, people like
for free.
Oh, I have a sheep in my backyard. Here, you can have it. You know, to some people, and then, but yeah. So I thought that was cool.
No, that is very cool.
Do you have more to talk about? Because I have a ton. So
you have a ton.
I have a bunch more.
I got more cucumbers, so I need. You said you liked a bread and butter recipe you did?
Yeah.
You need to send that to me, because that's the kind I want to make.
Okay, I have to find it. I don't remember what I used.
Well, whatever.
I think I just did bread and butter from Ball.
Oh, okay.
Ball Kenny.
So I also tried, Joe's birthday was a couple days ago, and I made him a Boston cream poke cake. It's been on Facebook, where you make a yellow cake, and then you take a thing and make holes throughout it, and then you put vanilla pudding on there, and then frosting on top. And it was pretty good. I like chocolate cake better myself, but for what it was.
I personally don't like Boston cream, so.
Joe does, though, so, like, he loved it. I thought it was okay. But whatever. It was still fun to make. Oh, and I'm having a Jamberry party on Instagram.
Really?
So for those of you that want to try it, you need to find me on Instagram and then follow Alina Jams on Instagram, which is Alina. And it's for my party, so like it's just those pictures right now. And there's a link to order stuff from. And I'm going to be giving away 4 ounces of Rolex to someone who orders. So like everyone that orders is going to be put in a drawing, and I will be gifting that away.
Which is totally awesome.
Extra incentive.
Yeah.
Because I want to earn free things.
Yeah, and it's a going, gone month, so it's like you can earn all the free stuff that you'll never see again.
Oh, cool.
So, speaking of Jamberry, I got every month, sometimes some months and some months not, I'll get like just a bunch of orders, like people will just order stuff. So last month I did, and I just put it into a party, and I use that to get like rewards that I give away, because when you host a party, I give to your guests, I give like a half a sheet of wraps, and like petty packs and stuff like that. Like I give away stuff to your guests because as a host, you're going to be earning a bunch of stuff for free. But anyway, so I gathered a bunch of like orders from like friends around here last month, and then just other stuff. So that's one of the advantages of Jamberry. You can host a party as a consultant once a month. So I got my order, and I was looking at it, and I was like, holy crap, I must have been on a flower kick, because I will show you all the wraps I got. First, I'll show you the host exclusives that I got. So this was the August host exclusive, which they're like roses, which I have 2 of them, so I'm going to see if I can trade that with someone. And then I really do like this one, the September host exclusive.
Pretty. And I'm not normally a flowery person, but they're pretty.
I'm generally not, but when I wore flowers on my fingers, I really liked it. So then I ordered Mad Hatter, because this is a going, gone, and I really like that one. And I had it in matte, but I got it in glossy, because it's a different finish. And then I got this Secret Promise, which is like a teal flower one, which is pretty cool. And then I got this Reminiscence, because it's just like black and classy. That is pretty. And then this is not really flowery, but it's called Faded Deco. It's like blue and yellow.
Okay.
So that one I got. And then I got Dessert at Dusk, which is a mixed mani, so it has different wraps on the one sheet. And I got this one in matte, but it's also, these were all Going Gones that I got.
Fun.
So I got that. And I'm just like showing them because I'm kind of obsessed. And it's new Manicure Monday, so even though my manicure's fine, I want to switch. But I have all these wraps to switch to, so what do I switch to? And then I also got Adam's favorite, which is also a Going Gone. The ombres are so much fun to wear. Like you can see I'm wearing Turple Ombre, which is a retired wrap from last season. But it goes from blue to purple, like a teal to purple.
Mm-hmm.
And they look really cool on. So I got the Adam's favorite, which is from yellow to purple. And then Madison, I make her wear Jamberry so she doesn't bite her nails. And she was like, I don't want to wear any of the ones you have. Whatever, I'm emo. She didn't say that, but I said that. And so she picked out Vixen, which I actually like too, which is also a Going Gone.
It's cute.
And I like
Is that like lace on the side?
Yeah, it's like lace, like going sideways, so it's kind of cool. So yeah, that's my host order that I got from just collecting random orders from people over the month.
Sweet.
And then I got, a couple of months ago, I subscribed to the Style Box, which is every month you get two, I'm like totally selling on here. Okay, so when you order Style Box, it's a subscription box, and every month you'll get 2 exclusive items. Like
it's like a nail club.
Yeah.
Right?
It can be two wraps or a wrap and a lacquer. Anyway, so I got this one, and this month is nautical. So, and you get, with it, you get like a card that talks about it, and it tells you how to wear it, or it just talks about why they picked it. And you'll get a file and orange stick. The 1 month I got scissors too.
Ooh.
And then 1 month I got these. They're metallic tattoos.
Fun.
Like as an extra. Like sometimes they throw extras in, sometimes they don't. So this month was a nautical theme. So these are sailboats. Can you see that? And then I really like this one. It's like a herringbone, light blue and white, and then it's like a blue stripe.
I like that.
I like them, the blue ones. I kind of like the sailboats too, but like I think they would be really cool if you owned a boat or something. I don't know. I mean, and normally I like the crazy designs, but I'm not a sailboat person, so. But I like that, and I mean, they're exclusive. So, and they also sent a sampler of the new wraps, which is why I'm showing you all of this, because I wanted to show you some new ones. So they sent us a sampler of the new wrap. And look at that. Like, it looks like houndstooth, but it's not. They're kind of curved.
Like
this one I really like. It's this Sedona. It's like gray and teal and pink. It's hard to see because it's very bright in here today. And then there's just like a flower and like a stripe. And then this is like a trellis with a flower.
That's cool.
It's super fun. So yeah. Anyways, that's my Jamberry story, and I'm sticking to it. I have more to talk about, so if you have something to talk about, go ahead.
No, I'm pretty much done. I was kind of lame.
Go outside.
Children.
Did not lock the door. So, speaking of Reducio, I have to mail that out tomorrow. So, I was all excited about it, and I made some buttons because I was going to make a teacup with the Grim in it, but the paint that I got for the thing said not to let it come in contact with food, and I wanted them to be able to drink out of the cup.
Yeah.
So I made a button instead. of the Grimm.
That's cool.
So I'm going to put it in the teacup so she has a button. So, because I have a button maker. So, you can't just print out one picture.
No.
When you're making
me
buttons.
some. I totally forgot to talk about them.
You have to make more. So I made this one, and this one says, "It's our choices, Harry, that show us who we truly are, far more than our abilities." And it's, I just like Googled Harry Potter quotes basically and printed them, and then I made and then I made a bunch for myself. So those two are going to my Reducio pack, and then I made a bunch for myself. So I did I solemnly swear I'm up to no good. I'm gonna put them on my knitting bag. This one I found, it says some stories stay with us forever, and if you look in the background, it's all the Harry Potter books.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty cool. And then I had to make a Weasley as our king button because that's awesome. Like that's like one of the funny things from the books that they didn't put in the movies.
Yeah.
Then I also printed out this one. We are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. I thought that was a cool quote.
It is.
And then, actually, this one is not from Harry Potter. This one's, "We read to know that we are not alone." It's from C.S. Lewis. And I just thought it was pretty cool. And then, I showed you that one already. And then I did this one, which I sent you a different one of the same quote. It says, "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live," which, you know, is when Harry was looking at the ear set. So, yeah, buttons galore. I need to make more because it's kind of addicting.
I need to get a better bag to put all my buttons on.
You could knit one like I did.
That's what I'm saying.
So I made a mug, and I put on there, like, it's the Reducio Divination 2015. And then this is what I ended up with.
That's awesome.
So, like, you know, you get it?
Yeah, like how...
Because I couldn't do the Grimm because it would have been, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I figured. I'll put the Grimm button in the bottom, like that, and say you have the Grimm. But then she can use it, and I figured if I did it this way, she can drink coffee. She actually, my partner likes tea, not coffee, so it can mean the same. But I just thought it was funny. But it took me forever. I am not good at painting. I will never
really
get out as a painter.
No, it looks really good.
Yeah, it took me forever. You know how many, like, cotton balls with rubbing alcohol I went over this with?
No, what kind of paint did you use for that?
It's you get it, it's like, you can get, like, the little craft paint, okay, but it's enamel, so it's for glassware and pottery. So you paint it on, and then you can let it dry for, like, a week, or you can let it dry for an hour and put it in a cold oven and bake it for 30 minutes, and then let it cool in the oven. So that's what I did, except for I forgot to set the timer for 30 minutes. I ended up baking for like an hour. So it should be alright. But it's like top rack dishwasher safe and stuff. So
no, that's cool. I've done mugs in the past for swaps, but I want to find one and make myself one because
yeah.
I like.
So I bought this cup at Walmart, and I was looking for like a teacup, which are usually shorter and fatter.
Yeah. And
they didn't have any, so I just bought like your regular cup. So that's what I did for Reducio, and I think then I am, no, I'm not at done. So yeah. We put lights in our gazebo. Did I tell you this already?
I think I saw it on wherever.
So as you guys know, I have an Annika Dory, Ani Dory, I think is what they're calling them. And I have like a booking here for lists of things to do. And then I have one in here for taking notes at church. And then I have one for like quotes, but I started writing in the back by accident. So because I had it upside down and I didn't realize it till I got to this page.
That's funny.
And so then I just flipped it over and then I wrote a little note in there. It's going to be from back to front. So, but I was online and I saw on Instagram a lot of people have hashtags listers got a list.
Yeah.
So I went to the website, which is listersgotalist.com, and downloaded her, and she basically just has prompts of what to do to get you to, like, journal more, because that's the main reason why I wanted a traveler's notebook, is to start journaling a little bit more, because I find I haven't been doing it as well. So anyways, I printed this out, and I plan on doing it. Like, you don't have to do every day, so I'm just going to pick up where I was and do it. Like, some people do really pretty things. I'm not that great at writing and drawing, but I can probably do this. So I printed it out. I'm going to cut it out and put it in one of my inserts. I'm just going to make an insert real quick for it and then just keep doing that because she does one every month.
That's cool. Maybe I should do that. So I use mine more.
Yeah. So if you want to join me, it's listersgotalist.com. And then if you take a picture, you don't have to, but you know, a lot of people take pictures on Instagram. You just use this hashtag, listersgotalist, and then you can add the Listers Got a List August so they know that that's what you're doing. And she also has on there, like, not only did she have this paper, which talks a little bit about it, and it has the list to put in your notebook. You don't have to have a traveler's notebook to do it. You can do it for whatever. She also has, like, you can download to print on, like, the Avery clear labels to just put a sticker on the top of that page so you can, like, have the theme up there if you don't want to write it. So, but I mean, I did, like, I don't know if you saw this, but, like, I did pull out my calligraphy pen because I have two. And I also printed out some, like, practice because I've gotten kind of rusty. I'm not, like, the best calligraphy person. I don't know what it's called. So I brought it out to practice. So, yeah. That's cool. What mine looks like. Sweet. I only have three inserts in here, plus, like, the ink for my thing, which I totally made this. This was in, like, a binder for, like, markers that we got, like, in Germany somewhere. And I just ripped out these, like, hard parts that was holding the ink.
That's cool.
I put the ink in there, and I duct taped it, actually. Like, if you look, and then I put, like, for straight lines. Oh, yeah, so you can kind of see the duct tape.
Yeah.
To, like, join it, because it was two ends, and I just ripped them out, and then duct taped them together and put them on the outside. So my pad is pretty thick, but I want to add one more insert for the Listers Got a List, I think. But, yeah.
Works.
Love it. And that's all. I am totally done talking now. You can talk.
I'm done. I don't have anything.
And with that, the Alina show is done.
See you next week.